In today's analysis, I'm going to share these two macro structures that are pointing to extreme downside for Bitcoin. Guys, things don't go straight up or straight down. I will show you exactly how we are getting down there with high probability in today's analysis. We're also going to crank down to the smaller time frames. I'm going to show you what I'm seeing in the more immediate term for Bitcoin. We are going to get, in my opinion, a move up through this trend line. We will go over that in a moment and what is to follow. Make sure you guys are in Discord, free Discord, pinned in the first comment down below. Check it out. Follow my trades. So much more is included in there as well. Make sure you're following me on X at @chart_junkies for all the content. Make sure you're not missing out on anything. And as always, this is not financial advice. I'm not your daddy. Let's get into it. Two charts I'm going to show you on the weekly time frame, and this is important. This is key, guys. This is very pivotal. Number one, looking at this whole structure, you know we've been calling for a macro top up in here. You know, I mean, it's undeniable, guys. Look at this move to the downside now. It dumped, honestly, a lot harder than I wanted it to dump. I wanted to see this take its time and wiggle out for a WXY. We're not getting that. This is impulsive. This is going to keep cooking to the downside. We will get some relief here in the short term, I believe, which I'm looking to trade. But we need to know where we're going. We need a good little roadmap to follow on the way down. This first structure, this is important here. This is considering that the low here, the December 2022 low at like 16K, whatever it was, 15K, all the way up is impulsive. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves to the upside, right? Now, if you are counting it impulsively, we would really be looking for an ABC off the top, a correction off the top, correcting our impulsive wave. And depending on how deep this initial impulse goes, we will be looking for a retrace, but eventually continuation of that initial impulse. We can pull fibs, we can get targets. Right now, just estimating, we're looking at, 50K, 40K, somewhere in here on the second leg down. This initial leg looks like it's going to want to plunge into this box. Anywhere from 70 to 80K looks great. And on the smaller time frames, which we're going to hit in a second, I do see a series of 4-5s playing out here for Bitcoin. So it's not going to go straight down. There will be ups and downs. You know how this market goes. But this is my primary macro scenario right now. Still looking for this to be a macro top. Still looking for a macro correction. And then ultimately really, really bullish in the long term. Right? Nothing has changed here. Guys, I'm sorry if I understand a lot of people are bullish in this zone. I don't see it. I don't understand it, guys. I didn't understand it up here even. I didn't understand it here even. I started calling for top right here, guys. We started calling tops all up in here. I don't know. Some things never change, I guess. Looking at this other chart here, this is my other macro count that I really like as well. Now, this is considering a WXY to the upside instead of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have a correction up for W, correction down for X, a correction up for Y. I kind of like this. I kind of like it a lot. But this would kind of assume that instead of all impulses to the upside, Bitcoin's putting in more of a diagonal where we have corrective legs for each push to the upside. Our original here, correction up. We have a flat correction down. And guys, these fib out perfectly. We have WXY to the upside. We're looking for another correction to the downside. Targets on this move, guys, would really be the bottom of this trend line. You're looking at 30K, 32K, 25K, somewhere in here, depending on how fast we go down. But I would still be looking for a corrective move to the downside. So, long story short, what I'm trying to illustrate here is with both of these high probability counts, guys. These are high probability counts. Of course, there's other structures at play. Anything can happen, but these are by a mile the highest probability counts I can chart right now. These are what I am playing. And in both of these structures, no matter what one we're looking at, they both have this leg to the downside, a bounce, and a finishing leg. The only difference is how far this finishing leg pumps to the downside. That's it. So it will matter at some point, but in the near term, on the smaller time frames and for trading purposes, it doesn't matter for us except for to give more confluence on a bigger move to the downside overall, right? Now, hitting this chart, which is a little bit closer look at this bounce zone that I have, boom, right here. It's on the daily time frame. I charted out kind of something that we may expect just to visually represent the wave structure. And I would see this, putting in a 5-wave structure instead of this ABC. But it really illustrates the type of move and brings to reality the type of move that I'm expecting, which is an impulse to finish here to the downside. We're about 3/4 of the way through this, guys. 3/4 of the way through this, in my opinion. We're going to put in the series of 4 5s, 4 5s. Might even be another 4 5 in there. Put in an A into a B. Essentially just forming another range down here, guys. We will go to a level, form a range. Go to a level, form a range. Go to a level, fail, form a range. Go to a level, form a range. It's just what happens. It's how markets move, guys. We need to build up some more liquidity down here. We need to entice involvement in the market down here. Now, after we finish a clear 5 waves from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I can visually, clearly see 5 waves, then I will be calling on this channel for a nice bounce. You can get your 100, 105, 110K, 115, 120K targets even if it wants to on this bounce, ultimately failing to the downside for continuation. I'm not ready for a big bounce like that in here quite yet, guys. I'm not. The only structure that I wouldn't place high probabilities on it at all at this point. But the only structure I can get some kind of a nice bounce sooner rather than later is some kind of a flat situation right here, which we still probably have a little bit lower to go. Let me pull fibs on it. Yeah, we're past the 2, maybe in the 2618 box here where I have this 3, but still that's a deep cut, right? It might bounce here for a W. It's nasty, some type of long X, and then get our move down. I don't like it. I don't like it. That's the only other account really at this point as well that can give you a big hit to the upside here. So if you are bullish, you want to see this finish out somewhere in the 2618 box down on this 3 wave that I had. And then we could see more movement to the upside in a big way. That would be your next chance. I place a very extremely microscopic small likelihood on that. Okay. Switching over to the 4-hour chart. I want to see this trend line break. I want to see everyone get a little bit more bullish for reversal here. As you can see, momentum is very heavy. This is not what I want to see as, coming up on a possible reversal. Most likely, you're going to get cracked to the downside again. This is just too much momentum. It's too heavy, and it's going to drag price down. It will try to recover, but it will ultimately drag price down. And this will just be a wave 4 into a wave 5. So we have on a more micro level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. and then you'll get another wave 4 into wave 5 for this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a final 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the fractal nature of Elliott wave theory, guys. This is what we mean by fractal nature. We don't mean taking fractals from price history. We mean everything is fractalized. You go one level down to another, you'll have 5 waves. Down to another, you'll have 5 waves. It's magical. Once it clicks for you, it clicks for you. This is where I'm at. I see more downside coming to a chart near you. I think we will fake out the bulls one more time here. I think it'll be a nice short opportunity if you get blessed with it, up 96, 98K. I am looking long on a retrace here. We'll see if we get it. Trade safe, everyone. I love you. Check out Blowfin. #1 no KYC pinned in the first comment down below. Peace.